A quick content note here before we begin this episode of What Am I Rolling? This episode's one-shot, 39 Dark, is a political sci-fi themed game meant for 2 players. As such, we'll be exploring and touching various political themes which some listeners may find uncomfortable. For context, we recorded this one-shot back in 2020, during the UK's first lockdown, where things weren't great, politically speaking, for us. Not as bad as recent UK political news for sure, but still not great. Other content warnings for this one-shot include politically motivated violence, oppression, death, grief, and police brutality. If you're not in a good headspace and you want to avoid any or all of these topics, please feel free to skip any or all of this one-shot. Thanks again, and stay safe, my friends. Hello and welcome to What Am I Rolling, a twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This is part 4 of our 39 Dark one-shot, so make sure you listen to the first couple of parts before continuing on with this episode. To briefly recap, I am playing the saviour, Lane Novak, a new leader of the protest movement 39 Dark, which operates on Mars Colony. Lane has been tasked with bringing about significant political change on Mars itself, especially at the governmental level. My friend David is playing the role of the governor, who is in charge of all the other characters in this actual play. Together, we are trying to tell a meaningful story about Lane Novak's attempt to change Mars Colony for the better. The story takes place as a series of scenes during which Lane learns of impending or ongoing efforts by the colony government to further oppress its citizens. Lane will try to implement plans to achieve an agenda designed by 39 Dark to alleviate the oppression. When Lane's plans work, they will help empower the citizens towards self-government. When they fail, Lane will have to choose between facing the consequences of their failure or feeding the people false hope in the name of a better future. Too much false hope, however, will lead to disillusionment and accusations of treason. If Lane is not careful, they will face arrest, exile, or even execution. Remember, during a progress scene, the saviour will try to generate as many change points as possible in one of the agendas. The saviour chooses a starting action level for the scene, which determines both the number of dice rolled and the type of protest engaged in by Lane and 39 Dark. There are 3 action levels which can be chosen: civil protest, which is 2d6, civil disobedience, which is 4d6, and violent uprising, which is 6d6. Each roll represents an attempt by Lane and the members of 39 Dark to implement Lane's plan. The saviour adds up all the dice, the total of which is the number of change points generated by Lane. After rolling, the saviour can choose to risk another roll for additional change points or quit and keep the current total. The saviour may roll as many times as they like. There is a catch, though. On any roll, including the first roll, if one or more dice shows a 1, then the entire plan is a potential failure. As 39 Dark breaks up quite nicely into distinct sections, I'll go through each section before each part of the one-shot. One last thing before we begin. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players and myself, mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes, and what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. And with all that out of the way, let's get back to 39 Dark.
So, you just wanted to do that progress scene.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Considering we have a new agenda, let's do an issue.
Yeah.
You get back to the office and everything's great. It's a good day in a sea of shit days. You know, you've pushed and you've really managed to claw back a lot of the much needed support for 39 Dark, and as well as detract some of, they didn't have much support anyway, given that they're a bit violent, but you know, you've managed to make some people really start actively questioning the peacekeepers. And it's at this point where the colony government has largely been kind of absent, has been leaving the peacekeepers to deal with this little headache.
Typical.
Now, because you are really starting to get things done, they start to take you very seriously.
Oh, no.
And as has been the way for a while, 39 Dark is essentially it's a non-profit. You know, you do okay, but you rely a lot on the support of your members.
Oh, no.
Many of whom, you know, like members of any political party, essentially will work other jobs completely separate and give you support financially when they can. And this has been the way it's been working for a while. And there's no reason for you to be somewhat apprehensive or concerned about it now. However, then the government gets involved. They issue a statement that due to the conflicts between loyal peacekeepers and 39 Dark with its renegade leader, the economy of the colony is taking a serious hit. They've not yet recovered from the damage, and along with the medical bills having taken a huge chunk, and that the government is actively really trying to look after those that were injured in certain specially selected occupations will receive a pay freeze, but immediately a temporary cut in wages.
Fuck.
When the list of jobs is released, especially considering, well, most of your supporters are not the top 10% of earners because the system works for them.
Yep.
This system does kind of screw over the bottom 70%. Yeah. And there is immediately a lot of pressure on your company, your party to either fix this or do get what you need to get done as soon as possible. And it's after Adams outlined all of this. And, you know, this guy's mid to late 20s, already in the 2 weeks that you've had the job.
He's aged
about
so
5
much.
years.
Don't we all in politics?
Yeah. The shirt sleeves are constantly rolled up. The tie is constantly loose.
Smopped brow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks at you after giving this quite miserable report. Well, I mean, I know you'd rather be at home. We all would. I've not seen my cat in ages.
Oh, how is Lulu doing?
She's good. Well, I think she's good. I don't know. The girlfriend's looking after her.
Oh, congrats. I didn't realize I have no idea about anything else outside 39 Dark about him. I'm like, oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, you need to acknowledge your...
What's her name? Yeah, I was like, oh no, Rolodex.
Don't worry about it. We've got bigger things to focus on now. When this is done, we'll have dinner.
I would love that.
Right. How are we going to fix this? I feel I'd just ask you that. Take some time. Think about it. You've got a partner to see. Should actually go home at one point. If only because, and I say this with all the respect I can possibly say, showers exist.
There is, in some cultures, the term a Glasgow shower. That's what I've been using. But I take the hint.
And as much as I'm sure you're fine doing a stand-up wash in a communal ladies' bathroom, it's maybe the people walking in that get a bit surprised by that.
That is true. Yes, you're right.
I'm only going to last for a bit longer.
I know.
We're already doing really well on a bunch of this stuff. I'm sure we can get it fixed.
We will. You're right. Thank you. Look, take and I know this is me saying this to you, take the evening off, go see Lulu and the girlfriend. And then I kind of realize that, shit, maybe Lulu is the girlfriend. And I just panic and I just go home. Just take the night off. Don't look at the phones. Don't look at I'll be fine.
I'll tell you what, I'll leave when you do.
Oh, that's not fair. Fine.
With that, he kind of just nods at you and stands up, walks out, and as the door is kind of shutting behind him, you can just hear him just kind of yell to Sam, "Earl Grey, hot," and then disappears down the corridor.
We're going to get that Doctor Who reference every fucking way. I love it.
You mean Star Trek?
Is it? Oh, it is. Oh, wow. There's the nerd card just shredded.
No going back from that.
No going back from that. I'm sure there's a Doctor Who one as well, but maybe that's
probably.
But it is Star Trek. You're right. It's Picard. Right. Progress Scene 7 starting. Agenda selected. Wages. Current point total 0. Token status. Loyal 4 tokens. Treasonous 2 tokens. Hope 3 tokens. Well, David, I go on as I intend to. I don't know if that's the phrase. Let's do a progress scene.
All right. You're striking while the iron's hot.
We've got things to see. I gotta be honest, we're running on fumes. I am realizing that this is going to affect pretty much all of our membership base.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do the normal thing that leaders do. They'll look at the finances of what we have and try and work out how long, like what can we cut back on in a sense. So the first thing to go would be my pay salary completely. I would just stop paying myself for as long as I need to. How many people would you say work at 39 Dark?
At your head office, like, where you get the stuff done, you probably just have like a sort of core admin team. I'd say probably there's maybe about 30 of you, because like you're the coordinators. You kind of coordinate everything there, and people actually affiliated is obviously a lot more than that.
Yeah.
But you're just the guys that get
the shit done.
Yeah.
So my main, so this is we're gonna have to break it down into steps because it's not gonna do it. But basically, my aim is have my salary completely cut.
Okay.
Speak to the core team about people who are willing to take a pay cut of some description.
Yeah.
They can say like a minimum of at least 20%, up to whatever they feel necessary. I'd have that with them before doing like a vlog detailing this and like being as open as and transparent as I am, saying what the government has done is deliberately targeted us, and I'm fully aware from that. And as a result, we've taken drastic action to fund ourselves. And I will say, from now on, our membership fees are donation only. Only give what you can afford, of a minimum donation of, say, $5 Martian for a year membership or whatever. And I'd say, like, I appreciate, some people don't have to do that. It's completely optional. We're only doing it to keep ourselves going, cover costs, but rather what is more important is that people hear our voices, hear that we are having this impact with people, and they're trying to cut us with something they know could crush everyone here. And, I would rather people use the money to keep themselves alive. I am more than happy to fund as much as I can for 39 Dark to go forward. And any help from my members would be appreciated, but lives come first.
Okay. You know what I'm going to tell you to do.
It is the lowest action level.
Yeah.
So this will be for wages.
Yeah.
Why do I do this to myself? Again, sorry, I have to keep checking this. So it's a 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 1, and any ones are bad. And I can't sacrifice. I can only escalate or move to hope. I don't want to do that.
Can't you also,
Oh, it's fine.
if
It's an
you
8.
wanted to, can't you also completely disregard it? As in go, okay, I rolled this thing, I'm giving up all points that I've earned.
If you roll a 1 completely, you lose all points for that scene, and you just see the failure. If you roll any of the bad stuff, then you could possibly lose all the hope points. So technically, I could just count it as a failure. But where's the fun in that, Dave?
Okay.
So that's 8 points.
All right. I'm noting it down.
You noted it down. Okay, so the message goes out.
The message goes out.
Yep.
In fact, it actually goes out quite well. Received quite well. Very soon before this goes out, you get the list of those in the office who are willing to take the cut, and the response is really strong. Some have, completely just like gone, I'll do this for free.
Oh.
3 guesses who's up the top of that list.
Oh, he should go home and look after his cat.
He's busy. Some have just kind of, taken up to about 50% of it off. And, but even then, even those that are still asking for, not able to give up all of it, they, there's always some sort of personal note of, an apology of why they can't. And the money does stop coming in. However, different things start coming in. Because even though the people can't, those funding you with membership fees can't actually afford to pay as much, you start getting leftovers from dinners. When the lights go out, you get torches. As someone even donates a candle. It's weird. You haven't seen one of them in a while.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are these legal?
Sure. They invented a thing.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, and there's, even though, it's a bit dark and miserable at night working.
It's cold.
The support is there.
Okay. Super. Well, all right. Cool. I am going to roll again. I am trying to think what else I can do. So the government have obviously frozen taxes on these people. What I'm going to do, so presumably, electricity, laptops, computers are not working. What I would say in the sort of the final missive that goes out on the blog is that I will every day at noon stand outside 39 Dark's offices, probably giving the same speech over and over again about how this is a deliberate attack on us and people can come and talk. And again, a sort of almost like a MP surgery, like people can come and ask me questions about 39 Dark's policies, again, and ask me anything, a meet and greet.
You're making an appearance. It's making
an appearance, but it's not on the level of like it's not like I do sweet 16s or bar mitzvahs. No, it's just like,
well, you're a busy person.
Well, no, but I mean, I don't want to get paid for my time, but obviously there'll be someone there with a donation, maybe handing out leaflets.
Sure.
Again, all the talk I'm talking about is obviously what happened on News Network Corp's version of Newsnight, about the police stuff, and now we fought on healthcare, we're fighting on wages, we are fighting for the people of Mars Colony that the government have left behind. Great.
Sounds good.
It does. Okay, 2d6. Oh, that's a 3 and a 3, 6.
Nice.
Ooh.
And it's the fact that you're seen out there the whole time does show that, despite the fact that the money's gone away, like a lot of Mars Colony, when the money stops going into things tend to get a bit shut down and forsaken. But the fact that you guys aren't actually does a lot of good for your image, in that people are seeing that there is certainly more to you, that you're more selfless, and the fact that you're not being paid. And although you're there every lunchtime, you end up sort of going to the different apartments of the sort of core team to work there. And Andrew is always there he can't go anywhere, so he just kind of helps and gets tea and stuff
at the window.
And respectfully, Sam's tea improves because Andrew shows him how you make Earl Grey.
All I want now is fan art of Andrew, Adam, and Sam all working together as a barista, like Starbucks, like their own little thing. That fuck Lane, fuck everyone, fuck 39 Dot. No, these three people are the most important things.
Yeah, you've got Sam that is making a tea, and Andrew that is pointing out how that's wrong, and Adam that's pointing out how that's actually wrong.
Oh, okay, that's quite good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna roll again. I'm gonna roll for the final time.
Okay.
For this one, because I think I am aware the other issues probably need to get sorted more, but this is important because I know I'm gonna petition News Network Corp again to have this peacekeeper debate with Deputy Chief Tandy. And should that be agreed, I would final missive out to the 39 Dark Followers to come to News Network Corp's sort of centre, stand outside and protest, really show it to the peacekeepers whilst we have this very intense debate. I've sort of finished that off, but again, saying that I'm going to tackle that I appreciate that's more of the policing stuff, but it's more, I'm going to say it because I'm saying that I'm going to come back to the wage stuff. This is affecting us now, but it is the symptom of a much bigger problem,
right?
Which I need to tackle.
Great.
Fine. This is fine. She says as the whole fucking 39 Dark headquarters is burning behind her.
Depends on how much you escalate it, I suppose.
Oh, there was a moment there. That's a 4 and a 2, so 6.
Okay, so, and you get the message out there, and you see that a lot of people, although they are, they're really struggling with this wage deficit, they acknowledge that, yes, this is part of the problem. The more you've been seen out there, the more this hasn't stopped you, has convinced people that this is, in fact, almost like a targeted attack, that they're only trying to stop you, that you've made genuine progress with healthcare, more so than anyone has in years. And the fact that now this is happening, you have the people's backing in this. You're getting some support. And the people of 39 Dark agree that when you go there, they'll be with you.
I will stop it there. How many points was that?
20.
Not bad. For an issue that's going to have basically, if this was the director's cut, it would be in there. But in the main film, it gets cut. Progress Scene 7 ending. Final result. 20 change points for agenda wages. Token status. Loyal, 4 tokens. Treasonous, 2 tokens. Hope, 3 tokens.
Go for, kind of give it some narrative think. It's in Adam's apartment where you're all working that day. And, it's just basically a bunch of you sat around with anything that will do as a surface or anything to sit on with laptops. Every so often, it's time for the charger to move, that whole situation.
Have to remove the cat, Lulu,
yeah.
Just...
Yeah. And it's sort of partway through the day where Sam gets a call, rushes out to answer it, comes back in, and he's kind of just very much, well, he's not holding the receiver because it's not the fucking 1980s. He's muted it. He comes in, realizing that the mute button works, and presses it. He goes, it's News Network. It's
okay.
It's Serena Pennon.
Ooh, very good. All right.
They've got the interview you wanted, rather the debate set up for tomorrow.
Tomorrow, excellent. Hand it over. I'll speak to her myself.
He gives you the phone. It's muted.
Thanks. I deliberately take a second to check, to look that it is muted, in case it's not been muted. And I don't want to mute myself. I don't want to do that business. But seeing it is muted, I then go, is this
as much as I desperately want to have it have been unmuted the entire time. Yeah.
But I think I also would go, this person, just to be like, again, you can help. I'm asking for your help.
Yeah. It's that one.
Perfect. Thank you. And I'll beep it and hold it to my ear.
Yeah. And the other line, you just hear someone going, Miss Novak.
Ah, Serena.
Well, we're ready.
How are you? How are the kids?
They're fine.
Good.
I didn't realise this was a social call.
You called me?
Exactly.
I just wanted to chat, you know, just checking in before, you know.
You know this is pointless, right?
In what way?
You're not going to change anything.
On the contrary, I think I've changed quite a lot of things.
There's a thing that happens when someone loses their mind. I don't know if you remember, I was reporting on a Mr. Kelly Perkins a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. I'm quite aware.
Tried to help. Lost his mind trying to clean some sewage. Lost his wife. He's a professor now on Earth.
A very respectable position, I would say.
He lost everything. And given that you're someone that's almost lost everything, I thought that I would respectfully tell you that this is a waste of time.
Oh, Serena, don't be silly. I've already lost everything. I have nothing left to lose by doing this debate. I have lost 2 of my closest colleagues in this. My partner was in prison for helping the needy. I'm sure you'll have something on me, something that will just bring me down, because that's what you love, isn't it, Serena? I've seen what's been filling News Network Corp's ad breaks. These sort of reality TV shows. Not your best work, Serena. All you want is drama, and I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you at such a price. All I want is to change what is going on here, and I will do that, whether I have your support or not.
The line goes dead.
Oh, I hope. Did it go? Like, hello.
Hello. Sam, having seen this, just goes 4 p.m.
Oh, it's fine. And then making sure it is hug up, I go, fucking bitch.
Sam just kind of takes the phone, just sort of takes a step and goes, she is a bitch. And just keeps going.
Progress scene 8. Starting. Agenda selecting. Policing. Current change point total 46 change points. Token status. Loyal 4 tokens. Treasonous 2 tokens. Hope 3 tokens. Right. Are we ready for hopefully the penultimate and not final progress?
That's generally what penultimate means, but yeah.
Great.
Second to last. Not final.
Not final.
Not final.
So this one I want to, we're going to aim for policing.
Okay.
Because we're gonna take down this sucker. We're gonna get rid of him. We're gonna take it out. So I want to deliberately arrive at the studio early.
Yeah.
Because they've said well, we're doing it tomorrow or whatever. I get there for noon because I've got nowhere else to be.
Yeah. Fair.
I will stand with my small core team, waiting to be assigned passes or whatever.
Irritatingly, you start using their
yes.
power and their internet as well.
So could you just charge that? Thanks.
And there's the runners whose job it is to make sure that you have what you need. Who are like, when you're like, do you have any charges? And are kind of looking to people for guidance.
It's like charges and biscuits, lots of biscuits. And tea for tea. And I'll be like, what's your? I'll basically be that person who's really irritating. Like, what's your order? Okay, and then give it all to the runners and do that sort of like, thanks. Nice to meet you. I'm Lane, by the way. Proper humble. I'm not a super big person. I'm just a person like you.
I'm just like you.
I'm just like
nameless runner.
Nameless runner number 3.
And it's when you ask for a tea that Sam just chants and goes, Earl Grey hot.
What he said.
And yeah, you're there for hours and you're really pissing off XX at this point.
That That's what I want.
Good.
That's all I need.
Because you manage it.
Good.
But by the time it's actually 3:30, where they're ready,
Cool.
not 4:00 like they said.
No, of course not. No, they were trying to scupper me, but it's fine. Yeah, so I'll have, again, the same routine. Would have got the team to do my makeup, worn the suit, whatever, practice lines, etc.
Absolutely.
And then then head on out to the studio.
Sounds good. And it's the same stage you were in last time, only the 2 chairs are gone and replaced by 2 podiums either side.
Okay.
And the same man who kind of did your questioning last time is stood behind another much more slight podium. And Deputy Chief Tandy is not there yet.
No. I will go walk to whatever podium it is.
Yeah. You are guided to one, and the interviewer the other day just goes, it's good to see you again, Miss Novak.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Again, this is just my job.
What's your name, sir?
Charles.
Charles, it's lovely to meet you. And again, regardless of what happens, I want you to be consistent and attack us as hard as you can, both of us. Do not let up, even for a second.
Well, I will do what I must.
I approve of this message.
Kind of hoped you would. Also, thank you for saying it. I've been wanting to hear it in the flesh for months now.
No, I've not said it for like a couple of scenes. It's amazing.
And there's kind of a noticeable quiet as Tandy comes in.
What does he look like? What's he wearing?
He's wearing a kind of, instead of the last time when you saw him in his uniform, now he's wearing these sort of grey trousers and a black shirt.
Ooh, can't see the sweat. Okay.
Very much collar buttoned up to the top, long sleeves all the way down.
Ooh.
Looks very, very formal, very regimented. It's almost military in its presentation. But you see him make a big thing of going around, and he shakes Serena's hand, and they're clearly friendly with each other, and he shakes hands with Charles, who is politely acknowledging him.
Yeah.
But still, you can actually see a bit where Tandy is sort of trying to kind of joke and develop some sort of rapport with Charles, and Charles very respectfully just says, I'm very sorry, sir, I do like to maintain a professional distance. And Tandy just glares for a moment before he goes back behind his podium, and it's only at that point do his eyes settle on you. He doesn't say anything.
I don't make eye contact at all. Okay. I just again shuffle the notes, taking that moment to breathe. I can tell he is watching me.
He's looking at you the whole time.
Yeah, I don't even turn.
And as you shuffle your notes, prepare yourself, and the debate begins.
Yeah.
Roll.
So, okay, we're just doing it. Great.
Oh, well, what's your...
So my plan would be, again, to answer the questions honestly, regardless of what came.
Yeah.
To, again, sort of build that rapport. So, because I've obviously already got it with Charles, but I want to, because I've already told him to go hard on me, I want to answer them as openly and honestly as me, because let's be vivid, I don't think I'm going to come out of this very well, the way I've been rolling. And I will escalate if I need to. So we're gonna go. All right, but we're starting at the lowest action level.
Yeah.
So 2d6. Oh, nice. That's an 8.
8. Yeah. Okay. It begins, and it's quite instant. There's the sort of the lights and the as the whole thing begins, and it's so over dramatic, and the fact that it has been built up in such a way kind of almost helps you intrinsically relax in like, oh, this is ridiculous. And Tandy gets his introduction, you get yours, and despite the fact that the rights of yours are obviously a lot less merciful, Charles still accurately performs it up.
Nice.
You were very much, and Because you asked, he comes at you hard, but never relentlessly. He gives you a difficult question and then immediately it's handy one. There's always that time to recover, and you use that time. And you're sort of preparing on the same thing, and you see that after a while, his questions for Tandy always seem to come back on a similar sort of vein. So you're given time to think. Every single time, you kind of already have half your answer prepared, and as you're talking, it kind of just naturally, your more gregarious, charismatic nature comes out more and more. The reason why you were chosen as 39 Dark's leader comes out. The fact that you can charm your way through this, and that's what you do, but you still remain truthful, very much to the point.
Okay.
Still doing good.
What am I on score-wise for policing?
54.
54. Great. Okay, so another 26 points to go. All right. Yep. I roll again, obviously.
Gonna stay.
Same action level.
Yep.
I am going to wait for a moment, not obviously not wait forever, but like wait for a moment in the debate where I get asked a question.
Yep.
But it's a question I can then go, well, that's really interesting. Wouldn't you agree, Deputy? And then I want to start asking him questions about, do you know, insert protester's name? They died at the hands of, and then say designation of one of the peacekeepers that was in that video, and just be, and I say, do you know what they look like, who their families are, and just like sort of over and over again, you know, it's like remember them. That's sort of the whole thing. It's like these people died for just what they believed in, and you cut them down because they didn't agree with you. And that's despicable, you know, and basically want to hammer home. Like, and if I get interrupted by him, I'm just going to keep going until Charles probably goes, all right, you know, like, whoa, not needed, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I don't want to change dice. No, we're going to keep these ones because they're good. 2d6. Don't fuck me up. Oh, that's a 7.
7. That takes us to 61.
Okay.
You are given a lot more time than you're expecting. There is a certain point where, and you can see that he is getting more and more frazzled, but Tandy doesn't ever look panicked. But maybe that starts working for you, and that instead of looking panicked, he starts to look more and more annoyed. Like his sort of neutral mask eventually becomes a cold sneer, or just pure distaste. And just as he is about to snap, and you see him start to talk in a very much like, you know, he's going to put you down. At that point, Charles has been watching the entire thing. Just goes, Ms. Novak, I'm going to have to ask you to stop asking the questions.
Of course.
Now, moving on. And takes a minute, sort of talks for a second and watches Tandy begins to settle. And then another question comes your way.
All right. I'm going to roll again. I'm going to still keep the same level.
Yeah.
I am going to... I'm now going to change tack a little bit.
Okay.
I would have done some research on this. I would have, again, bringing it a bit back to the wages thing. I'm going to bring up, where I can, the fact that I took a pay cut in order for my organisation to keep going. And then bring up the figures that Tandy is probably earning and how much he spent as well.
They're ridiculous.
I would have done a public information request or whatever it's called. And have all these out and say, is this appropriate for apparently keeping one or a half dozen people in line? It seems quite extravagant, don't you think? You know, and basically hammer home that the fact that all these other projects that we have and we're taking pay freezes when he's probably earning millions of Martian dollars a year.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good.
This is where something. It is okay. So it's a 1 and a 5, so 6 total.
Okay, so that will take us up to 67. What do you want to do with this one?
All right, so sacrifice is out. I can either scale it up to ignore that 1. Or I can give in to hope. I'm going to scale it up.
All right.
I'm going to ignore that 1. And put 1 point into treason.
As you're talking about this and you release the figures, you've memorized the figures of Tandy's wage. Where his address is listed, the fact that there is a second address, all this stuff. And as was kind of briefed to you earlier by Adam, because on that outside of the news headquarters, there is a big screen where anyone in the square outside can watch whatever's going on. And quite subtly, quite surreptitiously, a lot of 39 Dark protesters have made their way in and have just been observing.
Yep.
Not stood together, not dressed anything, just kind of like in the crowd, dotted around. And you can almost hear it because, well, you're vaguely aware.
Mm-hmm.
And in the sort of corner of your eye, you can always see Adam that's very much stayed in your eye line. And as these people are ready and you drop these figures, he kind of just gives you a nod. See what you want to do.
So I would give him the sort of nod back to indicate for, again, sort of a little bit maybe pre-planned in a way, for them to start shouting slogans and whatnot of whether remember them, etc.
Yeah.
A slogan that would mean bringing Tandy and his peacekeepers to justice. Something that's very catchy that we came up with.
That you've already come up with, and we don't need to repeat it here.
Yeah, but it is amazing.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It really unifies the people.
Yeah, it's like, what do we want? Tandy fired when we want it yesterday. It's that, yeah. I'm the leader. I'm not marketing. I'm not social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cut those when we had to.
Yeah, we did.
No way. But yeah.
I think Claire in social media had to take...
Oh no, not Claire in social media.
That's all right, she's fine.
Okay. Oh, she's furloughed. Is that what...
She's watching Martian Housewives. She's okay.
Yeah, on News Network Corp's other channel. Fucking hell. But yeah, so I would indicate for that to start so that they're proper shouting, protesting, not yet being violent.
No, they're making their presence known.
And that's what I want. I want, like I said, I want to be able to start to hear them so that I can see the fear in Tandy's eyes, knowing that there is a force outside.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's great. 46.
46.
And I can't roll a 1, 2 1s, or 1 and a 2, or 1 and a 3. Can upgrade. I need to. Okay, so there is a 1.
Yeah.
My God, that's 8 and 5. That is total.
That's 10 in total. No, that's not. That's 14 in total. I can't count.
Don't worry, it's fine. 14 in total.
You know what 14 does?
Does it?
It pushes you over 80.
But this is the thing, because obviously I rolled a 1.
Mm-hmm.
So either I ignore it and upscale it, or I put into hope and get that point back. I think I'm going to upscale it.
Okay.
So there's no change, essentially, in the treason pool.
Okay.
Because obviously I would put one across and then take one out.
Yeah. And it's...
Damn it. Stupid one.
You give the nod and you start talking about this, and it's as you're talking that a lot of the sound gets interfered by the yelling that's coming from outside. It must be deafening out there for it to reach all the way in the studio. And some of the peacekeepers that have been brought into the actual studio itself, expecting that this would be where you cause your demonstration, have to leave. And it's even worse when they go out of the doors and the doors are open for just a second and the actual volume of the chanting comes out.
Yeah.
But even though this happens, Charles, this is where you're stopping, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Charles just goes, I'm very, very sorry, ladies and gentlemen, due to some outside noise interference, I'm afraid we are going to call this debate to an early close. And the debate is finished.
As he sort of closes it, I literally want to say, My name is Lane Novak, leader of 39 Dark, and I approve of this message and just the noise of it. Just like,
Yeah, it plays well. People like it. Tandy is gone.
Yes!
Out of it straight away.
Fuck you!
That's it.
Whoa. Just need to get on that transparency. It's possible.
Oh god, it's absolutely possible. So that was a 15, which takes that to 82.
But all it needs is one disillusionment, and then all those points go.
Off the bridge when we come to it.
Yep. Progress scene 8, ending. Final result. 81 change points for agenda policing. Agenda completed. Token status. Loyal, 3 tokens. Treasonous, 3 tokens. Hope, 3 tokens. Okay, well, that was my progress scene.
Okay.
Would you like to do a scene, David?
Sure. Considering it's the last one of these we're going to do.
Yeah, it is.
You can have a personal scene.
Oh.
It's, again, late, and you're coming back, and the light's on. And there's a lot more comfort with that, and you must be horribly bored. But it doesn't matter. You go upstairs, and you're sort of fiddling with your keys, and you get in. You do your key card fobby thing. It's the future.
Beep, beep.
Yeah. But as you come in, it's completely dark.
Oh.
You weirdly just walk your way into the living room, flick the light on, and as soon as the light comes on, suddenly from behind the sofa and behind all the chairs, all your sort of 39 Dark friends jump up and go, surprise!
I genuinely think it's like a terror attack. Okay. Thank fuck. Okay.
Adam is there, Andrew's there, Sam is there, everyone else. You're kind of like a core team that have been sitting around. There's only like 5 or 6 of them, but they're all just there. And you see they've all kind of got these small glasses of Prosecco. And Andrew comes over and pours you on, hands it out, and kisses your cheek. He's like, that was great. That was great.
Thank you. Sorry, things have been crazy. Are you okay?
I'm fine, honestly.
Babe.
I would very much like to go outside.
Yeah.
And you see everyone else kind of just starts talking among themselves.
Yeah.
A minute. It's like, I kind of want us to leave here. Yeah. I know we can't until you're done, and I know you're so close, and I'm not going to ask you to leave now. But I'm going to go and get things set up on Earth.
Yeah.
I want you to join me when this is done.
Yes. That's what I was hoping to talk to you again tonight. I'll have already drunk one's Prosecco and a sneaky with the hand.
Oh no, do you finish the Prosecco, and as you're kind of sneaking your hand out to get another, you see Sam just appears at your side and fills it up.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
That's my job for tonight.
I'll get back to you over this.
Okay. There's a spare glass as well if you want to hold 2 at once.
Sam, yes, please.
He just hands you another one and disappears.
But does it fill it up?
Oh yeah. You've always got a sitting Prosecco.
Yeah, I'll have them both in hand, and I'll say, look, Andrew. I was hoping to talk to you about that. I've got to be honest. I went into that debate thinking I wasn't going to come out of it as the leader of 39 Dark. It was a big gamble, a big risk. And the fact I'm still here is something, but I have a plan. I need to finish off on one thing, and then I plan to announce my stepping down, effective immediately. And hopefully, it's tricky right now with the financial stuff, but and I'll point to Adam. He's done so well in like 2 weeks. It's incredible.
Yeah, he keeps telling me how to make your tea, though. It's okay. I make you tea maybe once a week. When it's my turn.
Yeah, and also, babe, we have the good tea bags at home. We've obviously had to cut back on at the office, so
Yeah.
Reusable. Like,
Yeah.
nah. Look, if once you're able to go, I will sort everything else out here, and I will follow.
Okay.
I do not wish to stay here any more than I need to.
Okay.
And I know you, and I just need you to hear this from me. I don't want anything to come between you and me ever again. I'm sorry this has. I know you say it's for the cause, it's for, and you would do the same, and you have because you are a doctor and you're amazing, but I want to make us the agenda for now. That is my next one.
Well, thanks for saying that.
Also, I know you're going to be mad.
You want to take the dog?
It does involve the dog. I might have given him the tiniest bit of gin.
Right.
And you're not going to believe this. I guess this is where I look at the dog now. Okay, presumably he's just not.
He's taken to staring at the booze cabinet a lot lately.
I seem like he's just like hoovering like what's it called? One of those machines on the ground, the robots, like just hoovers around trying to get food on the ground.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'm not kidding. A completely different dog. I think Earth will do him good.
Well, that I've got to see. Officially, I didn't say that.
No, of course not.
But that I've got to see.
Sure.
And as he kind of opens his mouth to say something else, you see Sam just appears by your side, again, muzzling the phone pointlessly. You have a call.
I'm sorry. I say to Andrew, I'm so sorry. I have to take this.
It's okay. Go.
Start planning.
Yep.
Get out.
Okay.
And I'll be like, thanks, Sam. I'll hand him we'll do the awkward handover of 2 glasses as I get the phone.
During the middle of the handover, Andrew, who's just on drive-by mode, just walks over and grabs one of the glasses, just without breaking stride.
Fuck yeah! What a smooth operator that Adam is. Right, I'll go. I'll take the phone and I'll go to the bedroom and shut the door. And hello, Lane Novak speaking.
The voice on the other end is quite strange. It's a woman, approximately in her 40s. She goes, yes, Miss Novak, I have a Professor Kelly Perkins, moral philosophy professor from the University of Oxford on the line for you. Am I all right to pass you through?
Absolutely.
All right. And there was a strange sort of stop. And then you just hear this, hello.
Hello.
It's Lane Novak, I presume.
Indeed. It's an honour to be speaking with you, sir.
I'm pretty sure the honour is mine. You have done a far better job than I have and sacrificed far more already.
How's the weather down there?
Well, it's June right now, and it's raining torrentially in London.
Wow.
Yes, it's a bit, well... Anyway, I can hear that you're clearly having some sort of party, so I'll be very quick.
No, it's okay.
I just wanted to say, you've been trying to fix a place that means a lot to me. I've been watching everything you do for the entire time you've been the leader of 39 Dark, and what you've done is inspirational. You're the kind of Martian the planet needs. Wish I could have been.
It's very kind of you to say, sir. Obviously, I have to rebut that. I'm just doing my job, and...
Well, yes, but tried not to end it standing waist deep in sewage.
Well, I've avoided that for now.
Yes, you have. That probably means you're smarter than I.
For the record, sir, I mean, I was again only a low-level government employee at the time, so I didn't come into contact with much in your work. But they treated you so poorly, and I'm sorry that you had to do that. But you did save a lot of Mars Colony. You inspired me to become more of an activist. I would not have been here today without you. So that I owe you my thanks for.
Thank you, Miss Novak. Well, if ever you're in London, I know a pub. Well, I know several. There's a lot here.
I like the sound of that. We might be visiting sooner than you think. But I'll get my associate to pass on my personal details.
The skittish one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck. Got me a little bit longer.
Thanks.
The line goes dead.
Again, in the director's cut, you just go, "Oh my god, that was fucking ah!" And I'm just again, it's very Bridget Jones, like around the bedroom, going, "Oh my god!" Like,
Hey, you are never gonna guess.
never gonna guess who that was. Look, only fucking Professor Perkins. Progress Scene 9 starting. Agenda selected. Transparency. Current change point total 62 change points. Token status: loyal 3 tokens. Treasonous 3 tokens. Hope 3 tokens. Let's do it.
Once more into the breach.
Once more into the breach. We're going final progress scene. Did we get to your final progress scene?
We did.
Wow. I feel honoured to we're both in the same place.
I know.
Yeah, I'm going to tackle the transparency.
Okay.
I want to try and get to 80. So
18.
18.
18.
Okay. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to action level 2.
Okay.
Civil disobedience.
Okay. What are we doing?
What are we doing? Good question, David.
I wasn't prepared for that one.
No. I was still thinking ahead. No. So I think it's now, because what is it? It's full transparency.
Yeah.
On the hyperspeed fucking tram, which we'll come back to. So
High Space 2.
High Space 2. We're gonna march. We're gonna march all the way from 39 Dark's headquarters, all the way to where the colony government sits. It's probably several districts away. On the way there, those members who are willing of 39 Dark are gonna start. They're going to go into the building sites of the Hyperspace 2 buildings. Like, it's still not running on time.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to start hanging our banners, our 39 Dark banners from the cranes. So scale up, start doing it, and basically do a Fathers for Justice type thing, and just be in places they're not supposed to be, not doing anything, just literally just being on top of it as safely as they can.
As safely as they can.
Yes. Yeah, but that's and then so that's the first part. As we're marching, I want people to break off.
Sounds good. Yeah, great.
I just need 18. I can't
need 18.
Can't roll double ones, or 1 and 2, or 1 and a 3. Can ignore 1 1 though, currently. Just have to look. I think I've done it. It's a 6, that's a 5, and a 4 and a 4. So that's 8. Sorry, so hang on. 10, 19. What a risk! Oh my god!
I'm impressed.
Shocked.
That's a 19. That takes us to 81.
Holy fucking shit!
You know what this means? Endgame.
It does mean endgame.
You did it.
I did it. I also get a point from treason back into things. So
you do.
Yay!
Which does help your public image.
I actually did it.
You actually did it.
I actually did it. I killed everyone, and I actually did it.
The march starts, and you are making your way through. There are people splinter off and stuff, but you're very clear with the instructions. We're just being in places. We're not doing anything. We're not having a repeat of the last time.
No.
Banners are hung. There is eventually this huge march as people have been suitably encouraged by everything you've done, everything 39 Dark has done, that it's not just your own people in the march anymore. There's other people. And it's as you are going up the final straight to the government building, you're now marching. There's hundreds of people in this line behind you. On your left-hand side, you've got Adam, who has been there the entire time. And although you're a bit annoyed at him for this, Andrew stands at your right in complete disregard of house arrest.
Wow. Okay.
As you all make your way to the main building. The governor is kind of in communication with the Earth Coalition, comes out to address you after a time, and he makes his way down the steps. It's quite old man in his 60s. Makes his way down the steps. And he goes, Miss Novak, you have been a very active participant of the community here. Mm-hmm. In acknowledgement of what you've done, I have no choice to bring Deputy Chief Tandy in for official inquiry. Now, I trust that we can help soothe the wounds inflicted by an organization that we will admit has been allowed far too much power and independent freedom. But please, let this come to an end. What is it you want from us?
A dialogue. I want, and I will list out the agendas, so full transparency on the hyperspace to transport thing, about why it's been delayed, why is that being overfunded, why is that delays. That was the main task I was brought into. Healthcare, making sure that everyone, the doctors get a decent wage. They are not overstretched. They are given what they need to provide a good standard of healthcare to the citizens of Mars Colony, to defund the peacekeepers and bring those people to justice who have caused so much pain to the citizens of Mars who have overreached their jurisdiction, and to open a dialogue about this wage system, talk about universal basic income support, how I would more than happily step down as long as they are willing to have talks with my successor going forward. And I will swear that there will be no more violence, no more stuff. We want peace. We want the best for Mars Colony, just as they do. That is what we want.
And as you essentially give your list of demands, the governor, I suppose, would be the most accurate rank. Governor acknowledges, and you see a kind of a sort of tired man just sigh and give a nod of agreement. He walks back into the governor's office.
Progress scene 9, ending. Final results. 81 change points for agenda transparency. Agenda completed. Token status. Loyal, 4 tokens. Treasonous, 2 tokens. Hope, 3 tokens. The game ends after one of 2 events. First, there are 5 or more tokens in the treasonous circle. The game ends and Lane Novak is killed or arrested by the colony government. Second, the players complete the 9th progress scene. and the game ends. After 9 progress scenes, a new leader will rise to power in 39 Dark. The Saviour may describe why Lane is no longer wanted or needed, or leave their fate open-ended. Each player narrates a brief closing vignette. The Governor describes the state of the colony at the end of Lane's turn as 39 Dark's leader. The Governor should decide whether the citizens enjoy a greater amount of freedom or an increased ability to self-govern. The Saviour narrates a similar picture, but from Lane's point of view. The Saviour may also describe whether Lane steps down as a hero or a traitor, both within 39 Dark and the colony as a whole.
In the days that follow, there's a sense of disbelief. No one's quite sure what's happened, how you've managed it. And it's within a day or two that Andrew does what he said, and he gets on the shuttle to Earth. And it's in the sort of a week or so after that where things start to move. Tandy's inquiry turns into an official inquest.
Yes.
Is eventually shown to there's evidence of corruption, of accepting
Bastard.
bribes, and you're sort of this document is kind of delivered to you, the official report of the inquest. That part of the reason why the tram took so long was the peacekeeper interference, a sort of misappropriation of funds, a great deal of it actually masterminded by Serena Pannin. And it all kind of becomes you will suddenly become aware of why it was so opposed to you.
Yeah.
And then you find out illegal security measures were in place. Several buildings have been bugged and surveilled illegally, and your office turns out to be one of them, leading to you suddenly realize of why they knew things that they shouldn't have, how it was that Andrew ended up getting arrested before you'd even let word leave the building. But do you step down?
Yeah, 100%. I would do a speech very soon afterwards. First of all, I'd ask Adam if he was okay with a second promotion in as many weeks, knowing that. But saying that my time here is done. I'm not a leader for peace, really. That is what I've been shown to do. My actions have come at a great cost. What we need now is a change to reflect that we are progressing forward as a movement, and that can only come with me stepping down and stepping back, and for my own mental health being as well. And I'll say, because I am Lane Novak, and I approve of you to be the leader of 39 Dark.
I don't have a catchphrase.
It will come to you very quickly.
All right.
Maybe you don't even need one. Usually what happens is you get remembered for a catchphrase, and that's it. If he takes it, I will announce it in a public setting.
And he does. You can tell as a group hesitant, like maybe he's not really sure, but he respects your wishes and he takes it.
And then sort of the final sort of vignette for me, as soon as I am able to, I pack up what's left of the flats, send that down to wherever Andrew is, make my way down there. I think I would say in my closing sort of outgoing speech as leader, I would say that, I want people to remember this time, not because of me in a catchphrase, but for those people who gave their lives for the cause. So for Emma Novak and Steve, I can't remember his last name, Steve. And what I would want as sort of my outgoing request, not even rider, is that for park benches to be put up somewhere in benches within City Hall itself, and have their plaques with the names on it, so that 39 Dark always has a presence there. and to remember those who've lost. And I would actually, out of my what little money I have left, pay for plaques for any protesters that lost their lives during my reign, to put that somewhere visible within the government. Again, this is what I wish to happen. It might not happen, but that I would put that forward, saying that these are the true people who've made this happen, and it was at a great cost. I have done nothing. I want them to be remembered and not myself. And then finally finish off the speech by saying, I now wish for privacy. I will blatantly say that I'm retiring to Earth. I do not wish for any more business in politics or anything like that. My future plans are yet unknown. Thanks. And I'll say, my name is Lane Novak. Signing off. And then montage of Lane going in the shuttle on the way to Earth, sitting in a pub with a dirty pint, a packet of McCoys, and the door opens. She looks up and smiles. That'll be the end of the vignette for me.
Brilliant. Wow. Well done.
Wow! I thought I was going to go down in flames with the debate. Holy shit.
Yeah, you nailed it at the end there.
Fuck. Yeah, but that, I guess it makes up for a very tense first half.
I mean, considering we got through 1/3 of it in more time than we got through the second 2/3.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think we're both aware of time as well, but it's also...
I mean, you sacrificed people. It was horrible. People had to go.
It's like, well, we're gonna it now.
I mean, it was gonna kind of be that, or you were out, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I think if this was an actual film, it would be like 3 stars, The Guardian. It's like, it was a good biopic. Pacing was off.
But seriously, that was great and well done.
No, thank you. That was, I love these games. They're so good. Oh, no, that was great. The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded, and edited by me, Fiona Howat. This episode's players were David T. Cox and Fiona Howat. This episode's RPG was 39 Dark, a 2-player sci-fi political role-playing game about the political freedoms and standing up for what's right. Written by Tim C. Copan and published by TCK Roleplaying. You can buy 39 Dark and download the game resources on the TCK Roleplaying website. That's www.tckroleplaying.com. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon of twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website. That's www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? Email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. Finally, follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at WAIR_podcast for the latest news on upcoming episodes. And remember, adventurers need not apply